day was quiet, the kind that made you think the world had paused for a moment to catch its breath. In a small countryside train station, 12-year-old Eli sat on a wooden bench, swinging his legs and waiting for a train that was running late. He looked up at the sky, bored and slightly restless. An elderly man with silver hair, dressed in a tweed coat and holding a worn leather journal, sat down beside him. His eyes were kind but deep, like he'd seen all the seasons of life pass before him. "You wait for someone?" the old man asked, smiling gently. "Just going home," Eli replied. "But the train's taking forever." "Ah," the man nodded. "Sometimes trains are late, just like life." Eli looked puzzled. "What do you mean?" The old man chuckled. "Well, now that's a story. Name's Mr. Whitaker. I'm Eli. Nice to meet you, Eli. Would you like to hear a little story about life in trains?" Eli perked up. "Sure, I've got time." Mr. Whitaker gazed at the horizon and began. "Imagine, Eli, that life is like a train journey. When we're born, we board this great train. And when we first get on, our parents are already there. They help us, guide us, teach us. We think they'll always ride beside us." Eli nodded slowly. "That makes sense. But one day," Mr. Whitaker continued, "at a station we don't expect, our parents might step off the train. We're left to ride on, carrying what they gave us. And that's the first time we understand that this journey, it won't always be full." Eli looked down at his shoes. "My grandma passed away last year. My mom cried a lot." Mr. Whitaker nodded softly. She stepped off her train. "But I'm sure she left behind some beautiful memories. As we grow," Mr. Whitaker said, "more passengers get on. Siblings, friends, classmates, teachers, and someday, someone you might fall in love with. Like a whole community on one train?" Eli asked, "Exactly, but some will leave quietly. So quietly, in fact, that we don't even realize they're gone until we look around and see an empty seat. Like my old best friend," Eli whispered. "He moved away. We don't talk much now." "That's the way it goes," Mr. Whitaker replied. "Some leave a vacuum that aches. Others leave lessons. The ride is filled with joy, sorrow, expectations, hellos, and goodbyes. That's why the secret to a good life is to be kind to your fellow passengers." Eli was now sitting still, fully absorbed. "So what do we do on this train?" he asked. Mr. Whitaker's eyes twinkled. "We ride well. That means we love deeply, forgive freely, speak truthfully, and offer the best of ourselves. We never know when someone might step off. We don't know when we will." "That's kind of scary," Eli said quietly. "It is," Mr. Whitaker agreed. "But it's also what makes it all so meaningful. The uncertainty gives value to every shared laugh, every memory, every moment you sit next to someone." After a pause, Eli asked, "Do you know when your stop is coming?" Mr. Whitaker chuckled. "Oh no, my boy, no one does. And that's the beauty of it. So I try to live in a way that when I do leave, when I step off this train, I've left behind stories, wisdom, kindness, something people can remember with a smile." Eli looked up, his young face more thoughtful than before. "I want to leave good memories too," he said. "Like helping my mom, being a good friend, listening more." Mr. Whitaker smiled. "That's a great start. You've already begun the most important journey." "Eli," Mr. Whitaker said gently, "life isn't about how long the ride is. It's about how meaningful your seat was while you were here. Even if it's short, especially if it's short. Some people sit on this train for just a little while, but they change the whole carriage. Their memory lights up the path for others." Eli looked around at the empty benches, then at the tracks ahead. "I never thought about it that way." "Most people don't," Mr. Whitaker said, "until it's too late. But not you. You're already looking out the window, watching the world, wondering. That means you're awake. And that's rare." A distant whistle echoed through the hills. "That your train?" Mr. Whitaker asked. Eli stood up. "Yeah, that's mine." Mr. Whitaker stood too and placed a hand on the boy's shoulder. "Then ride well, Eli. Love hard. Be kind. Say goodbye properly. Laugh often. and leave behind something beautiful. Eli grinned. Thanks, Mr. Whitaker. Will I see you again? The old man smiled warmly. Maybe, maybe not. But even if you don't, remember, people like me, we stay in your carriage, not in body, but in heart. The train pulled in and Eli boarded. From the window, he waved at Mr. Whitaker, who tipped his hat. The train began to move, and Eli's journey continued. Richer than before, wiser than when he'd arrived. Life is not about the destination. It's about the ride, the people we meet, the love we share, and the memories we leave behind. Be the kind of passenger that others are glad to have shared the journey with. Thank you for watching The Reflective Beast. May your ride be meaningful